Just about set for puck drop here tonight in Danbury. Josh Starr with Jim Cerny. It's alumni night here in Danbury Arena. The Hat-Tricks wearing their mesh, Hat-Tricks, and Trashers jerseys. We'll have the Ring of Honor induction ceremony for you at the first intermission, but until then, it's the first period here. The Hat-Tricks have to try to put aside the festivities in this game and get to work here in the first period. A 4-1 win last night, trying to follow it up with 3 more points here tonight.
Yeah, and the captain, Johnny Ruiz, said exactly that. He said, listen, we're coming to work. This is a work night for us. It's great that our coach is part of the Ring of Honor and the alumni night and all the festivities that will take place. But for us, we're being paid to come to work, and the way we come to work is to come out of this building with 3 points tonight, something that they've done quite often on home ice, where Danbury this season is 17-2-0, and they have won 7 straight home games this season. It has been a dominant Danbury Hat-Tricks team here at Danbury Arena so far this season.
It was a 4-1 win last night, continuing that dominance at home, and it's only been Watertown that has beat the Hat-Tricks in this building this year. Columbus trying to become the other team to do that, and the Hat-Tricks overtook Columbus last night into second place in the league and trying to stay there here tonight. It's going to take everyone but Pete DeSalvo in goal tonight for the Hat-Tricks. 37 saves a night ago, and he'll be a big factor in this game.
Yeah, since joining the Hat-Tricks a little more than about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, Pete has made 4 starts. He's 3-1-0 with a 2.50 ERA.
Ready for baseball.
It would have been a good ERA, 2.50 goals against average, and a .931 save percentage. And, of course, he had a shutout here against Watertown last Thursday. So he is 2-0 in this building, and as we touched on in the opening, he has allowed just 1 goal in 2 starts so far at Danbury Arena.
On the other end is Mike Cosentino, and he came over from Delaware. It's just his second game here for Columbus, so he's in the other end of the net, and the Hat-Tricks and River Dragons are underway here in Danbury. Maybe the biggest crowd we've seen this year in the building, and Columbus will start things off in its own end. Carter coming through center, right to left into the offensive zone, will dump in. Underwood goes in offside, and it's a face-off coming up in the neutral zone. 18 seconds in. No score here in Danbury. The crowd already into it.
Absolutely. Mike Cosentino, you mentioned getting the start here for Delaware. He's really the 3rd guy on their depth chart, but the veteran Jared Rutledge is out injured, so he gets the start here tonight. He was 0-9-1 with last place Delaware, but in his 1 start with Columbus, he only allowed 1 goal in a win, as we see Danbury ice the puck here. So it's kind of like going, that old phrase, go from the outhouse to the penthouse. That's what Mike Cosentino has done, going from last place Delaware to one of the top teams in the league in Columbus.
Damo Aslan doing the same thing from Delaware.
Absolutely.
To the Hat-Tricks. He's back in the lineup tonight after missing last night, but Gordy Bonnell out after taking a hit toward the end of the game last night, so he's unable to go in this game. DeSalvo kicks one away onto the near wing. Levesque turns it over back down low. Underwood takes it by Levesque to the circle and steers right back to Graham. Graham to the point, tipped out by Levesque, and Columbus will retreat to center. 45 seconds into the first, no score. Graham dropping for Grant Menace. His shot tipped and comes to the side of the net where DeSalvo backhands up the boards. Ojic will take it off the wall there and bank it up to center. Has Tom Mealy into the zone. On the right circle, Tom Mealy cuts in. The wrist shot stopped by the glove of Cosentino. Columbus will take over up the near side. Bersani out to center. Anderson forces the turnover but can't get deep. Ozolinch will play it ahead. Up the right side into the Hat-Tricks end. It's Doe. Rips one high and wide off the glass. It comes all the way out and shoots to center. Hat-Tricks have it there. Ojic dumps in as he gets the red line, and it will be into the offensive end. They'll call a penalty here. I think Columbus is going to get too many men here.
I think they have too many men on the ice. It was the back official that saw it. The front referee, of course, is following the puck, and he's zipping down the ice. But it was the back official that caught it, and that will be too many men on the ice. So just a minute 23 into the game, Danbury's going to have a power play. And remember last night, They broke through a first period power play goal by Johnny Ruiz, and then early in the second period, a power play goal by Corey Anderson. They were 2 for 5 on the power play last night.
First chance for either side, 1:23 in. The Hat-Tricks win the draw, right circle. Lazaro at the point. Knocks it over to the half wall, and Tom Mealy turns it down low. Behind the net, Johnny Ruiz. Kicks it back to the point. Gallagher walks the line, fires in, tipped down, and it's cleared right in front of the net by Columbus. Hat-Tricks will take it back at center. Petrantonio will strip Gallagher and chip into the Hat-Tricks end. Glove down by the Hat-Tricks goaltender, Pete DeSalvo, and the Hat-Tricks will move up the ice. Left to right, Ruiz. Half a minute into the power play, 2 into this scoreless game. Tom Mealy feeds across the blue line. It's tipped to center, and the Hat-Tricks will have to recover. On the far side, back into his own end, Garrett Gallagher goes behind the net. Danbury will charge up the ice. Johnny Ruiz off the right wing, cuts into the zone and dumps into the corner. Will try to take it off the wall there. It turns behind the net, and Tom Mealy finds it right back in the near corner. Back to the point, Atwell fires wide. Atwell back in the lineup tonight as Ruiz takes over in the far corner. Levesque back to Ruiz along the half wall. Now Levesque down low, cuts to the front of the net, gets a shot off, and Cosentino has the answer. Back in the corner, Ruiz turning it back to the slot, and it's cleared out as Columbus intercepts.
Columbus still, even though allowing 2 power play goals last night, they still have the league's top penalty killing unit, 84.6% on the kill this season.
Hat-Tricks have 30 seconds left to knock that percentage down. It's Ojic off into the offensive zone. Looking toward the slot, it's intercepted by Grant Menace, and Columbus clears. You see why their penalty kill is so good. In lanes, deflecting passes out of the zone, and the Hat-Tricks haven't really been able to get set up on this power play yet. Kuznetsov speeds into the offensive end. Bottom of the circle, fires through the goal mouth. It bounces out wide and out to center, and that'll do it for the Hat-Tricks power play as Columbus gets back to full strength, and a huge hit laid by Corey Anderson at center on Graham. Graham slow getting up, and now they'll go. Anderson against Armstrong, and they go down, still throwing punches. Anderson throwing a left from the ground. Armstrong shoving him, and this crowd is going bananas here for the fight.
Corey Anderson delivered a huge hit along the wall, driving the veteran M.J. Graham down to the ice, and Graham was very slow to get up. But then the call was answered there by Columbus. But how about Corey Anderson? Not only did he land the first couple punches, but then he kind of lost his edge. He fell down, and even though he was on his back, he was landing the punches while throwing them, kind of like a turtle flipped upside down and still kicking the legs or whatever. It was Corey Anderson that was still landing the punches there in that fight, and I would assume that this will just be evened up 5 minutes each. So just 3:33 into the game, Columbus taking exception to that big hit, a good legal hit thrown by Corey Anderson.
Hat-Tricks crowd loving it, and we'll have a center ice face-off. Anderson and Armstrong, just the majors for fighting. 3.5 into the first period. Columbus takes over in the neutral zone and dumps into the Hat-Tricks end. DeSalvo behind the cage will play it up the far glass. It gets by Aslan, and out at the point, Schmidt will take over. His shot blocked by White Duck, and Schmidt has it right back. Schmidt able to keep it alive in the Hat-Tricks end, but McDonald will turn it to center. Chipped right back into the Hat-Tricks end, around behind the net. Daniluk up to Aslan. He has some space up the left wing. Across the red line, looking across. White Duck had it intercepted before it got to him and chipped right back into the Hat-Tricks end. Daniluk in his own circle, flips ahead, and the Hat-Tricks will look to outlet. It's turned over. Doe cutting out in front, and Jackson able to make up for the turnover in front. It's in the corner. Columbus still on the puck. Out in front, Bersani shot sealed off by the Hat-Tricks, and it chips out to center ice. Bersani able to grab it back. 4.5 into the first, no score. In the Columbus end, the River Dragons will start another rush up the ice. Behind his own net is White, who feeds to Petrantonio into the Hat-Tricks end on the left wing. Crushed into the boards by Brown, and the puck trickles into the corner. Atwell there, and a battle to a side. Doe working it free behind the Hat-Trick's net, and he does have it into the far corner. Atwell pokes it ahead, and Danbury is able to clear. Atwell to center. Lays a hit on Petrantonio. It's chipped right back into the Hat-Trick's end. 5 minutes gone in the first, no score. Steve Brown turns behind, and it is taken out by the Hat-Tricks. Levesque into the zone on a breakaway between the circles to the backhand. He scores! Nick Levesque makes it 1-0 Hat-Tricks. 5:22 into the game. The Hat-Tricks won a battle in their own zone, and Levesque fled, had a breakaway from the blue line in, and able to convert. It's 1-0 Danbury.
Let's check out the replay here and check out Levesque's 10th goal in 10 games that he's played this season. I mean, it's just a clean breakaway, makes a neat move, goes to the backhand, is able to slip it by Cosentino. And that is an early 1-0 lead for the Hat-Tricks. And on such a big night with a packed arena and everything, a lot of emotion in the building, get the early fight, crowd's into it even more. You know the team's into it. To grab that early lead, boy, is huge for the Hat-Tricks. And a pretty goal there by Nick Levesque. And again, I mentioned it before, 10 goals in 10 games that he's played for Danbury so far this season.
Johnny Ruiz and Zach Lazaro get the assists on Levesque's 10th of the year. And the Hat-Tricks really just great work in their own zone to get that puck free. They had a turnover just before that. Brown laid a hit. Atwell able to win a battle in the corner to work it to center ice.
Absolutely.
And the Hat-Tricks able to push forward back, and Levesque capitalizes.
Yeah, and it was a great read by Levesque, because Levesque was on the other side of the blue line. He was at the center ice side of the blue line, but not by much. But he anticipated, and it's a calculated risk on his part, he anticipated that Danbury was going to win the puck battle, and that Ruiz was going to pick him up quickly, which he did, and then he was off to the races. He got that puck past the red line, and I mean, he was in clear, and it was just him against Cosentino, and a beautiful finish by Nick Levesque.
That's a way to get the crowd going here tonight.
Yeah, like I said, an early fight, a packed crowd, a packed arena, I mean, and then, the early fight, and then an early goal, and a beautiful goal, a breakaway goal. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of start. I don't think Dave McIsaac could have scripted it any better.
Hat-Tricks take the center ice face-off with Gesso, and they win it and dump it right back in. 5.5 into the first. Hat-Tricks lead 1-0. Columbus takes the puck off the boards, and Graham will trek into the Hat-Trick zone. He blocks one, kicked away by DeSalvo. Grant Menace along the near side, flips it right back on goal. DeSalvo gloves it, and will take the whistle. 14:20 to go in the first period, and we will step aside. Hear from Danbury. The Hat-Tricks on top early here against the River Dragons.
Well, it's the spirit of hard work. The Bachelors of Litchfield Distillery, in honor of the early farmers of Northwest Connecticut, present to you the locally made Litchfield Distillery bourbon, vodka, and gin. Grab it at the rabbit hole and hoist the barrel after the game with the Hat-Tricks.
Danbury wins the defensive zone draw. 5:45 into the first period, and the Hat-Tricks work to center ice. Ojic across the red line and dumps in on the backhand. It bounds into the corner. Vanelli there to chase. Carter able to take it for the River Dragons. Dragons up the far side, and the Hat-Tricks seal it off. Turned right back to the near boards. Grant Menace takes over, and Columbus will evade a check there with Vanelli as Jetso was crashing in and chipped to center. Grant Menace in the neutral zone to the center. It's Underwood taking it into the offensive end. The backhand stop by DeSalvo. Near corner, Gesso trying to get out of his own end. Banks to center, and it will be Vanelli to take over for the Dragons. 6.5 into the first, 1-0 hat tricks. Nick Levesque getting on the board for Danbury. Gallagher up the near side. It bounces back past Kuznetsov. He's able to flag it down and has Jackson speeding into the offensive zone. Cutting to the left side. The shot rips just through the blue paint and out into the corner. Aslan plays it back down low. Has Jackson on the cycle to the point. Down and luck. Blasts one, and it's bobbled down by Cosentino. Hat-trick's looking for its side of the net, and Cosentino covers up. 13:08 to go in the first. 1-0 hat-tricks. Cosentino making a little adventure there.
Yeah, well, actually, his defenseman Olselnich made the adventure. He just wanted to knock the puck back to Cosentino so that they could get the whistle. And he actually knocked it back a little too hard, and he almost beat Cosentino with that little tap back to his goalie.
Columbus trying to get out of the zone near side. They do shovel it all the way down. Right in on to Salvo. He'll play it up the far wing to White Duck. Has it at center. Chipping ahead for Jackson out of his reach. Ozelinch will take over. 7:15 into the first. 1-0 hat tricks. Johnny McDonald lays a hit at center and dumps in. Hat tricks changing line, so Columbus takes over. Ozelinch back in his own end. Around behind the net, White looking to spring forward. It is Schmidt chipping up the glass and out to center. Columbus chips into the hat-trick's end. DeSalvo out of the net. One hands it forward, and Jackson will be able to skate up. Banks it to the neutral zone. Has Tom Mealy. He sneaks by one and gets it poked away as Nolan will take over for the Dragons in their own zone. On the far side, it's chipped into the hat-trick's end. DeSalvo behind the net. Steers up the far boards. Atwell feeds Ruiz through center. 3-on-2 for the hat-tricks. Ruiz off to the right wing. Levesque at the circle. Feeds back in front, and Ruiz couldn't get the tip on it. Cosentino will cover up with 11:54 to go in the first. It's 1-0 hat-tricks. A nice breakout and rush there for Danbury.
Absolutely, and you mentioned Aaron Atwell's name before. Great to see him back in the lineup. Aaron had missed 12 games with a knee injury, and we thought we might see him at some point this weekend, but great to see him back tonight. He had not played since January the 19th, so the top defenseman is back in uniform a night after Steve Brown returned to the lineup last night after missing a few games as well. So the top pair is back together for the hat-tricks.
They're out on the ice right now as Petrantonio fires into the zone. It's stopped by Danbury and turned ahead up the near boards. Bersani along the wall will play down low. Brown scoops up the far side, and it's shipped up. Petrantonio knocks it down low behind the net, out in front, and the hat-tricks intercept with Tom Mealy. He's trekking back. It's another 3-on-2 for this top line. Ruiz on the left side, banks in, and they're maybe a little bit out of gas. He'll just dump it in as Columbus was catching up. Tom Mealy on the back check, trying to force the turnover. Vanelli turns back into his own end. 9 minutes gone in the first. Hat-tricks lead 1-0. Nolan up through center ice. Grant Menace tips and will leave it for Vanelli to hammer into the hat-trick's end. Sliding out is DeSalvo. Gallagher turns it over in the corner. Back is Graham to the circle. Underwood banks to the point. Carter at the left point fakes the shot. Now takes one through traffic. It's a low liner glove by DeSalvo. 10:48 to go in the first. 1-0 hat-tricks, and the two fighters get out of the box. Corey Anderson and Armstrong for Columbus.
Yeah, and they get the taps of the sticks against the outside of the boards there as they both come back to the bench. Mention Atwell in the lineup tonight for the hat-tricks. Also, Aslan and White Duck have drawn into the lineup. You mentioned before that Bunnell is out with a knee injury. So after missing 9 games, Bunnell played last night, scored a goal, but sustained a knee injury, so he is out tonight. And two players who also played last night are healthy scratches, Tal Finberg and Bryce French.
Hat-tricks can't get out of their own end. It's Zach Lazaro along the far boards. Gallagher behind the net, chips ahead, and Kuznetsov will whack it to center. Columbus takes over there. Grant Mentis. 10.5 to go in the first period. Hat-tricks on top, 1-0. River Dragons tip all the way back into their own zone and knock it to center ice. Into the hat-trick's end, and they say it's onside as apparently Graham touched up, but Kuznetsov will take over into the offensive zone. Dmitry Kuznetsov to the left circle, cuts back to the point. feeds it all the way through in front. It's blocked. Daniluk swats it back to Gesso at the circle. Far hash marks Gesso. Hard angle. It's shrugged away by Cosentino and into the corner. Chipped up the glass and out to center past McDonald. Hat-Tricks will retreat halfway through the first. Danbury on top 1-0, and Gesso dumping it into the offensive end to our right. Behind his own net, Vanelli takes over for Columbus. Into the corner of the Columbus end. Kuznetsov lays a check, and the River Dragons will skate out to center. Underwood to the near side, chipped in by Anderson. Behind the Hat-Tricks net, DeSalvo up the far wing, and it is kept in by Columbus. Steered behind the Hat-Tricks net, Armstrong. Backs it to the point. Ozelinch, the shot, tipped wide of the net. DeSalvo whiffed on it, but it went wide. To the point. White shot. It bounces over DeSalvo and over the net behind, and now the door opens as a hit is laid behind. That will be a whistle. 9-17 rather to go in the first period. 1-0 Hat-Tricks lead.
I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank the Danbury Hat-Tricks for inducting me into the Ring of Honor. It is just that. It is truly an honor. First, I just want to thank Herm Sorger, because without him, none of this would have been possible. Also want to thank Phil Esposito, who was my coach there for the 6 seasons I spent playing in Danbury. The fans, I mean, you guys made it all worthwhile. Some of the best fans a guy could possibly hope to play in front of. I was also lucky enough to play with a lot of talented teammates along the way, so big thank you to them. And lastly, but certainly not least, my family, the entire support of my family, particularly my grandfather, made things really easy, and just made it, the time I spent in Danbury that much more enjoyable. So I just want to give a big thank you to everybody, and just say it is truly an honor, and I'm really looking forward to this weekend. Thanks.
That was Matt Caranci heading into the Hat-Tricks Ring of Honor tonight, along with 4 others. We will have that ceremony for you at the first intermission. It will be AJ and Jimmy Galanti, as well as Caranci, Nick Niedert, and head coach of the Hat-Tricks, Dave McIsaac.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and I know you'll be hustling down to the ice to MC the festivities, so we look forward to all of that coming up. Nick Niedert unavailable to be here tonight. He is now coach at Vermilion County in the SPHL. And they've got a game tonight, and Pete DeSalvo makes a save.
We will hear from
the face-off.
Yes, 9:13 to go in the first, 1-0 Hat-Tricks. We will hear on our broadcast tonight from all the remaining 4 inductees besides Caranci, and they will be carried throughout our broadcast here tonight. Johnny Ruiz takes the face-off in his own zone. Steve Brown behind as Ruiz won the draw, and it's tipped up the far boards. At center, back into the Columbus end, Ozelinch will chip up. Near wing, Anderson slides into the offensive zone. Atwell will chase after it at the circle. Able to sneak by up the boards and feed across to Levesque. One touch into the offensive zone. He has it right back, and he'll skate along the blue line. To the far side, shovels down low, has Ruiz in the corner. Banking to the point, Atwell takes it off the wall and across ice. His pass goes out to center. Brown will take it back at center and dump it in. 8.5 to go in the first. 1-0 Hat-Tricks as Danbury changes lines. Ojic in on the forecheck as Anderson able to work the puck back down low to him. He has it, and he thought he was offside. He checked and didn't see anything, so he touched the puck, but then they whistled it dead. 8:26 left in the first. Hat-Tricks on top.
When you have that kind of guilty look like Tobias Ojic did, you're probably not going to get the call. I would say, you know what, just play the puck and keep going until you hear a whistle. But he looked over his shoulder. He looked at the official. He's like, I may have been offside. And, yeah, he got called for offside.
It'll be a neutral zone draw, and Columbus able to win it. Through center, Bersani chips into the Hat-Trick zone. Along the glass, it bounces down behind for DeSalvo to play up the far wing. White Duck trying to kick it off the boards there. He does chip it ahead. Kicked right back down by Columbus and turned into the Hat-Trick's end. Bersani, as White Duck pins him up and is able to chip it out to center. Nolan around at the red line, trying to get into the Hat-Trick's end. The cross-ice feed stopped by Anderson. Shovels ahead for Ojic at the left circle in the zone. He rips it, and it's right in the chest of Cosentino. 7:48 to go in the first. 1-0, a great chance, but Ojic didn't really make Cosentino work for it.
Yeah, and on that, I think you'd like to see Ojic probably drive to the net more than he did. And I thought Cosentino did a good job. You know, he came out aggressively, was on top of the blue paint, and he really cut down the angle on Ojic. I think if Ojic had the chance to do it over again, he probably would have driven more to the net so he could have made a better move.
Hatrix will take the chance off the rush, though, and Columbus wins the draw in its own end. 7.5 to go in the first. 1-0 Hatrix. It is Columbus outletting to center. Graham drops it on the wing for Grant Menace into the offensive end. He turns out the circle, feeds across, and it goes all the way through into the far side. A big hit laid by McDonald, and some pushing and shoving as Graham got hit for the second time in this game. Big by the Hatrix. He is up, and the Hatrix chip it out to center. Gesso barrels in. They force the puck down. Jackson out in front. Gesso, he's upended and couldn't get the shot away. Penalty is called as the arm goes up. Hatrix on the work on the delayed power play here. It's Gesso on the left side, back in front in the slot. Gesso rips it. Stopped by Cosentino. Rebound try, batted away, and Columbus takes over as Kuznetsov lays a hit at the end, and he'll get called for that. So there goes the power play. The Hatrix would have had a late hit by Kuznetsov, and that will do it for the Hatrix power play. It'll probably be 4-on-4 here with 6:54 left in the first. 1-0 Hatrix.
Yeah, it's just not a smart play by Kuznetsov, who, you know, I've been thinking, you know, a couple of the shifts that he had earlier in the game. I'm like, boy, you know, he is really flying tonight. He's got those legs moving, you know, with that great speed and skill that he has. He was off to a great start, I thought, but, you know, that's, you know, you just can't do that there. Big mistake by Kuznetsov, and now there's no power play, and we should be 4-on-4 here, though I don't see anybody going. Oh, there we go. Schmidt heading to the box for Columbus.
They announced a penalty kill for the Hatrix here. I'd imagine it's 4-on-4.
Yeah, it's got to be 4-on-4, right?
Unless I'm not sure.
I mean, unless Kuznetsov got a second penalty, but you know, I didn't see him mouthed off to the officials or anything. And now Schmidt is being told to leave the penalty box.
I think they just got the wrong guy.
Oh, they got the guy. It's Marquise
Grant Mentis,
yeah.
Over to the box.
Yeah.
It should be 4-on-4. I believe there's 4 aside each on the ice right now. Actually, Columbus only has 3 on the ice right now. I'm sure they'll.
Yeah, this is not the first time in the last 20-odd hours that we've been confused, Josh.
Columbus only has 3 guys on the ice. I think they're telling Riley's telling the bench we need 1 more.
Yeah, right. Did you see Riley had to take his glove off and put up, hey, 4 fingers, we need a 4th guy. So yeah, it's coincidental minors at 13:06.
Ruiz wins the face-off. The shot tipped high over the net. He has it right back to the slot, and it's poked away from Mealy, and Columbus comes the other way. Speeding to center is Vanelli into the Hatrix end at the circle. Backhands in front, shrugged down by DeSalvo and swatted away into the corner. 6.5 to play in the first. 1-0 Hatrix. We're 20 seconds into a 4-on-4. Gallagher through the neutral zone, slowly into the offensive end, gains some speed to the circle, cuts down low and lost control in behind. Gallagher still has the puck behind the net, trying to shovel in front. It's sealed off by Cosentino. Anderson shoots off a body. It bounces wide behind the net. Vanelli chips it to himself in the corner and will outlet ahead. Bersani through center from his skate to his stick, gains the red line and dumps into the Hatrix end. DeSalvo out to slide ahead for Mealy. Hatrix drop back in their own zone. Lazaro all the way across. Mealy kicks it and will have to take it back into his own end. Halfway through the 4-on-4, 6 to go in the first. Hatrix on top by 1 here early on in this one. Lazaro in his own end will try to work his way up the boards. Levesque onto the ice will turn it right back behind the Hatrix net. Gain some space for himself behind and leave off to the right side for Gallagher. He'll drop it back for Atwell. The Hatrix slowly trying to make a change here with the 4-on-4 and 30 seconds left on it. 5.5 in the first. Hatrix ahead and Atwell will start up the ice. Left to right. Will leave to the right wing. Steve Brown gains the red line and fires into the offensive end. rips around the far boards to the corner. Anderson out in front, and just before Levesque could get the shot off, White intercepts. He'll skate to center for Columbus. Across the Hat-Tricks line, swings wide, and centers all the way out in front. It goes through. Hat-Tricks over skate. Doe out in front for Petrantonio, feeding back to Doe, and it's intercepted. The Hat-Tricks tip out. Levesque to center, dances by White, but lost control, and the 4-on-4 concludes. Kuznetsov lays a hit just out of the box on Petrantonio, and the puck bounds to the near boards in center. Kuznetsov has it there. 4:45 to go in the first. Gesso into the offensive zone. Left circle. Laser is stopped by Cosentino and behind the net. Columbus wins a battle. Grant Menace chips up. Hat-Tricks keep it in. All the way behind the net. Up the near boards from Columbus, and Gesso able to intercept on the slot. Won't look down low for Kuznetsov as Carter took that one over for the Dragons. Through center, Graham into the offensive end. At the far hash marks, tipped in front, and DeSalvo lays a hit on Carter as he gets into the crease, and now we're going to have another fight. Ojic against Graham this time, and Ojic knocks Graham down, lays a punch, and they'll get back up. They still want to go, with the linesman breaking it up. 4:09 left in the first, 1-0. Hat-Tricks. I'm not quite so sure who initiated the contact between. Was it Graham and DeSalvo?
I don't think it was Graham. It was somebody else that went into DeSalvo. I'd have to see a replay if we can get a look at that. And we'll step out right here, and we'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll see if we can figure out who ran into DeSalvo.
I'd like to thank everyone for this huge honor. It's a privilege and an honor to be here in Danbury. From the Trashers that started 18 years ago with Jimmy and AJ and Tommy Pompazzello and my coaches Todd Sterling and Paul Gillis and all my teammates, to the Mad Hatters and all the great players we had there with Tim Colpine and Brendan Tedstone, and this year with the Diamond Brothers, Chris, Herm, Billy, and Colton, and the ownership group here that give us all the opportunity to go out and win. So it's amazing it started so long ago. I've made a lot of friends, and the fans here in Danbury are great. I'd like to thank all of them and my fiance Carrie for letting me do this, and we're looking to bring home a championship here in Danbury. Thanks.
Well, very cool to hear from the head coach, Dave McIsaac, on his special night tonight, joining the Ring of Honor ceremony coming up in the first intermission. Very cool stuff there from Coach Dave McIsaac, as we see the entire bench was watching that video inside the arena. And now the linesman coming over to talk to McIsaac, I think, about some hockey stuff, because we just had a fight. Ojic and Graham go off for that. But the Columbus player, somebody came down the middle, and DeSalvo anticipated that there was going to be a collision, and it was DeSalvo that actually initiated the contact. Now, I don't think there might be a penalty on DeSalvo as well, or Ojic's going to get.
I think Ojic's going to get an extra.
Yeah, Ojic might be getting an instigator here. So it will be the first penalty kill tonight for Danbury. A Hat-Tricks penalty kill brought to you by Cyberus. Cyberus is a worldwide gaming clan here to bring you a world of entertainment in gaming. Support them on Discord and Twitch TV.
Hat-Tricks win the draw. DeSalvo up the boards, not out. Ojic for fighting and 2 for a cross check. Back to the point. White. 15 seconds into the Columbus power play. Danbury leads 1-0. Tipped in front just wide by Petrantonio, and it comes out to the far side. Doe all the way through the slot. Ruiz tips it to the boards. It's kept in. White at the point. Blast through traffic. Rebound and stopped by DeSalvo. What a save on his back. Able to get that puck off the doorstep. The shot is tipped up and out of play by Brown, who slid out to make the block. 1:25 left on the kill. 3:34 in the first. Hat-Tricks up 1-0. What a stop there from DeSalvo.
Absolutely. Petrantonio has scored 28 goals this season for Columbus, among the league leaders in that category. And he thought he had a wide open chance right there to the left of goaltender Peter DeSalvo. But somehow DeSalvo down is able to fling up the left arm and glove and deflect that puck over the net and out of harm's way. What a stop by Peter DeSalvo who has made 12 saves already in the first period.
Columbus wins the draw. Vanelli at the circle. Fires to the other side. Doe drops it down behind the net. Bersani takes it off the wall and will look out in front. Taking it slowly to the circle all the way through, and Doe didn't anticipate that pass
at all.
It bounces into the corner and back up to the point. White has it there, right point, all the way across. Petrantonio at the near circle couldn't connect with the pass, and it comes into the corner. Gallagher pins against the kick plate there as he'll keep that puck in his grasp for a good few seconds. Columbus able to work it to the point. Vanelli, D to D, White on the right side. Fans on the pass down low, but Doe finds it, chips it across to the near circle, and the hat-trick swat out. Levesque almost on a shorthanded breakaway. He'll still get the puck in the offensive zone. 30 seconds left on the hat-trick's kill. 2:40 in the first period. It's 1-0 Danbury, and it's turned up the boards. Out to center. And it bounces into the glove of Brian Wilson on the hat-trick's bench. Always alert, the goaltenders down there on the bench. 22 seconds left on the kill.
Indeed, and then Brian Wilson showed the puck to everybody, said, I got it. He's saluting the fans and his teammates, saying, yeah, I'm on top of my game here. Might see Brian tomorrow in Game 3 of this set at Danbury Arena. Columbus power play, third in the league at 20% this season. They were only 1 for 9 in the opener of this 3-game series last night.
Grade will start back up. They only have 10 seconds left to try to right the ship on the power play here, but they'll dump it into the hat-trick's end. Underwood has it in the corner as Aslan gets out of the box. It turns into the corner. Underwood able to take it off the wall all the way out for Grant Menace in front, as Ruiz knocks that pass down and takes over. Atwell up the left side, slowly making his way to center, and will chip it high in the air. Glove down at center by Grade and turn right back to the hat-trick's end. Brown touches across to Atwell with 1:45 left in the first. Hat-trick's on top 1-0. Atwell fires a pass all the way down. Too far for Mealy. That'll go for icing against the hat-tricks.
Nico's Pizza and Pasta is located on Main Street, and it's east meets west at Nico's. Try them for lunch, taste them for dinner. Pizza and hibachi meat, and you'll never be the same at Nico's on Main Street. And we should remind the fans watching on Hat Tricks YouTube that we will be carrying the first intermission ceremony, the Ring of Honor ceremony, that will be hosted by our very own Josh Starr. So stick with us in between periods.
It'll be exciting. 90 seconds left in the period, and then we'll have that ceremony momentarily after the end of the first. Brown in his own end leaves for Gesso, and the hat-tricks will look to get out to center. It's flagged down at center by Armstrong, and Columbus will take right back in the neutral zone. Schmidt on the far wing turns it all the way around the boards and bounces by DeSalvo along the near side. Hat-tricks poke it up, and it goes out of play.
Yeah, Kuznetsov and Anderson came together there, and I think it went off Anderson and up and over the glass with 1:11 to go. Here in the first period of what has been really a high-energy, fast-paced first period. And, you know, I know the crowd feeds off the action on the ice, but you know what? The guys on the ice feed off a good crowd as well, and this is a really, really amped-up, packed arena tonight. It's fun to be a part of this, and you can tell that the hat-tricks have absolutely, come out feeding off of this crowd tonight.
Definitely have the jump that they've had it before, but it feels a little different tonight with the energy that they have playing. Here in the last minute of the first, Levesque at the circle rips it high and wide. It bounces all the way up to Petrantonio on the far wing. Doe into the hat-trick's end. Bersani on the right side. It's tipped up and out into the near boards. Hat-tricks work it to center. Levesque trying to get by White, and it's scooped right back to the hat-trick's end. Lazaro with 39 seconds left, and Ruiz into the offensive end on the left circle. Ruiz cutting in front, and the shot kicked away by Cosentino and carried out to center. Riley into the hat-trick's end. Half a minute to go in the first. DeSalvo hard up the glass, and
the official said it was deflected, I believe.
I think he might be saying it wasn't deflected.
Wow, he's going there. He's making the call. That's going to be, boy, that's a tough break for DeSalvo, who loves to play the puck. But that's going to cost his team here a late power play opportunity for Columbus. Or no? Yes, no. Yes, it's a 5-on-4, but McIsaac has not put anybody in the penalty box because there are only 23 seconds to go.
I think someone has to serve it, though. There, the Aslan goes over to the box.
That's the second penalty that Aslan has not committed that he has served the penalty for.
Hat-tricks in their own end. Win the draw, but can't clear. 20 seconds left in the period. DeSalvo behind his net will chip it along the near side. Up the boards, Anderson chips out to center, and Gesso will race for it with 10 seconds left as Grade gets back for it. 5 seconds left in the first. Hat-tricks knock it down the ice as Columbus takes over, and that will do it for the first. The Hat-tricks on top 1-0 after one period. Stick around with us. We're going to have the Ring of Honor ceremony coming up momentarily.
All right. Welcome to our second annual alumni ceremony. Tonight we honor all who contributed to hockey in Danbury and our amazing city, and honoring 5 people who have made a profound impact on this building, this town, every single person who has come through this building. The best fans in the world. Our honor class includes Nick Meter, Dave McIsaac, Matt Morency, Jimmy Galante, and AJ Galante. But first, let's introduce some other alumni that have joined us here this evening. First, we have Tricia Bell from the Danbury Whalers, the Vice President of Brewing, and the Danbury Titans, Assistant General Manager. Okay. Next up, we have Grant Stump from the Danbury Trashers Equipment Team. Broadcaster Connector. Gentlemen McCall, Trips Gasfield. Tyler Rosewoody, leading the 2019 Danbury Championship Team, Danbury Titans player, and our current NA3 Girls and Contributor Companies. Johnny Rubinsky, Patrick's assistant coach, winner of the 2019-20 NHL Field Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Billy McCreary, 2020 FBM Chocolate Superior, David Rector's Blake Petros, and NHL Danbury Curse. Chris Fernando, joining this year this evening, President Danbury Viceroy and ownership partner of the Danbury Actress. Finally, Craig Suture, CEO and managing partner of the Danbury Whalers, Dr. Green Swimmer on for everyone tonight, 2013 champions, and now a president and ownership partner of the Danbury Viceroy and Danbury Actress. Now for tonight's inductees. Am I doing meter first? Nick Meter spent marks of 6 seasons with the Danbury Whalers, Titans, and Patriots. In 2010, Meter was the first ever signing for the Danbury Whalers. Meter is the first all-time Danbury hockey history with 165 career appearances and second with 50 career wins. Over the course of his career, Meter is the only goalie to play for 3 different Danbury hockey teams. Unfortunately, Nick could not be here tonight as he is the head coach of the William County Bobcats of the SPHL, but we will hear a message from Nick later. Now, joining us here tonight, our next inductee, Matt Caranci. Caranci has the distinction of playing the most ever games in this building, 198 of them. Caranci was on 4 teams that reached the league finals, including 3 straight from 2012 to 2014, and played a major role on the 2013 Danbury Whalers championship team. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Caranci. Is Mac? David McIsaac, our next inductee, our current head coach for the Danbury Actress. He began his career in Danbury playing for the Trashers. In 80 games for the Trashers, Dave accrued 221 penalty minutes. Diamond Dave led the bad boys of hockey as the team captain in 2005, 2006, and always we're going to get section 102 right around. His return to Danbury was in 2008 when he came back to coach the Batters, and is back behind the Actors bench this season. Let's do it for David McIsaac. At 17 years old, A.J. Galante was the youngest general manager in professional hockey history. He led the drive to bring the Thrashers to national acclaim and remains one of the biggest reasons for Danbury's professional hockey success. Galante led the Thrashers to a 647 winning percentage in their 2 seasons and won 92 games in that stretch. Under Galante's leadership, the Thrashers made 2 playoff appearances, including the UHL Finals in 2006. Ladies and gentlemen, the bad boy of hockey, A.J. Galante. Do you want to? You don't have to. You want it? Okay. Matt. Dave Robinson joining us from the locker room. In 2004, Jimmy Galante became the founding father of hockey in this city, founding the Danbury Thrashers. Galante was committed to growing the game in Danbury, expanding Danbury Arena to around we know it today, renovating the facilities and increasing the capacity. Under Galante, the Thrashers developed a brand of up-nose hockey and made Danbury Arena one of the most intimidating atmospheres in all of hockey. Jimmy Galante, the reason we are all here tonight with the actress. Everybody, welcome home, Jimmy Galante. Who wants to hear some words from Jimmy?
Thank you, Danbury. Thank you all. Keep supporting hockey in the town, and we love that. Next to him.
Thank you, Jimmy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for supporting hockey. Since 2004, still going strong here with the Hat-Tricks. As Dave video before, we're looking to bring home a championship here this year. Again, thank you to the best fans in the world. Let's hear it one more time for our Ring of Honor inductees. You want me to take it? Actually, where's Chris? Can we turn? Chris. Watch out. She's taking the picture. Just play music. He'll stop. Just play music. He'll stop. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hi. Hey, good. How are you? I'm mad at myself. I was looking at the paper the whole 3, 2, 1.
1-0 hat tricks after 20 minutes. Josh Starr with Jim Cerny. And after a long intermission, the teams are back out. The ceremony, outstanding crowd, and really a fun time to be out there for me personally.
And a great job by you. Shout out to you. Solid job out there. And getting the crowd, playing to the crowd, making sure that you mentioned Section 102, fire them up, fire up the rest of the crowd as well. So good job, partner.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was fun being out there, and it was really, really great to honor the inductees and
absolutely. And I know you were telling me just how appreciative Jim Galante is of all this, of being included and remembered. It's been almost 20 years, since the Trashers were created, and they had their 2-year run. It's one of the most iconic, really minor league hockey franchises that you can name. And I know you've been telling me just how appreciative he is to be included in this, to be brought back, and to be remembered and welcome back to the family, so to speak. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, he is not one that really loves the spotlight, but he is just so appreciative that the hat tricks and the organization since the Trashers have included him and his family in everything. And both him and AJ really talking about that and how appreciative they are for that. We're back underway here in the second period. It is a power play for Columbus for another 125. And it is back into the hat trick zone. Columbus zone, rather. As Vanelli carries up the left side into the offensive end to the side of the hat trick net. One-timer in front, and DeSalvo slides across and makes the stop. The hat trick's got a tip on that shot. Not sure if it was Atwell or Brown in front, but they were able to slow it down. DeSalvo able to slide across and make the save 32 seconds into the second.
Boy, that is the second pretty much wide open net that Petrantonio has had tonight, where DeSalvo robbed him. And DeSalvo just a desperation slide from right to left along the goal line, and he was able to stop it. But you're right, somebody got a stick on it on the way in, and it slowed the shot down.
Puck chipped up and out of play, and goes into the stands.
And they're going to say this one was deflected. You saw McBurney, the backup goalie tonight, calling for the delay of game, which would have been our second, could have been the second called against Danbury. But no, immediately the referee said that was deflected out of play.
Patrick's defensive zone draw. Turning into the corner, it's chipped up the glass, and White keeps it in, gloves it down to himself. The blast in front, rebound try, kicked out by DeSalvo. Hat-trick's turning to the side. 50 seconds left on the kill. The Hat-trick's player down next to the net. Gallagher now up as White takes over at the point. Across the ring-to-ring feed, back to the point. White in front, tipped, and to the corner, swatted up, but Levesque can't clear. 35 seconds to go on the Columbus power play. Gallagher pins Bersani up against the boards, and he will take the puck back up to the point. Slipping down low in the corner. Doe back to the point. Vanelli, right side, all the way back to Doe. Far circle, the shot, high and wide. And it tips out of play off the glass. 20 seconds left on the kill for the Hat-tricks. 1:17 into the period. Hat-tricks still on top 1-0, but a really good chance there for Columbus.
Absolutely. Hunter Bersani was setting up the screen in front, and then that puck comes right to him, right on the doorstep, and he gets stoned by Peter DeSalvo. And then right at the end there, Austin Doe gets the puck on his stick, and I think if he shoots it immediately, he's got a chance of scoring there, because DeSalvo was trying to move from left to right at that point. But I thought Doe took way too much time setting up his shot, and then ended up getting deflected up and over into the netting. So a break there for Danbury. Doe, who's had a terrific season, just taking too long on that offensive opportunity.
90 seconds into the period, the Hat-tricks kill off the penalty. Aslan out of the box. Kuznetsov right to left into the offensive zone. Lobs it over to the far side. He'll get it back behind the net, but out over his stick. Grant Menace will take out the center. Left to right, across the red line. Through the center, and Gesso intercepts. Aslan able to muscle it to center. He's down on the ice as he tried to get it in deep, so it's Columbus carrying back out. Grant Mentis into the zone, but it is offside at the Hat-Tricks line. 2 minutes into the second, 1-0 Danbury, back to full strength here.
And 2 for 2 on the penalty kill tonight after going 8 for 9 on the penalty kill last night. I am sure that it was a point of emphasis before the game this evening from Coach Dave McIsaac and the rest of the coaching staff. Cannot take as many penalties. It's going to cost you in the long run. You know, we dodged the bullets last night. You can't keep doing that. So far, they've taken 2, they've been shorthanded twice in the game. They do not want to be in the situation that they were in last night, despite their success.
Working up the boards now. A turn behind the net. Have to try and stay out of the box here the final 40 minutes. In the Hat-Tricks end, McDonald will turn around behind in front of his own net, and Tom Mealy will outlet. Levesque on the right wing into the zone. Ruiz, the one-timer, healed it into the near corner. Tom Mealy swats behind the net, and Ruiz will look for it in the corner again. Columbus turns it behind and will look to outlet. Up the left wing, it's Schmidt. Skating to center and banks it off the boards to the near wing. Anderson into the Hat-Tricks end. Armstrong to the side. Anderson trying to get it back. Couldn't settle the puck. In the corner, the Hat-Tricks converge, and Tom Mealy comes away with it. Skating along the boards, swinging to the middle, and getting the puck across to Ruiz. Chips ahead over Ojic's stick and into the offensive end. Mealy crashing in, but unable to keep the puck in as Columbus gets to center. Bersani on the turnover into the Hat-Tricks end. On the circle, his shot sealed off by Lazaro and high out of play behind the net. 3:14 into the second, 1-0 Hat-Tricks.
Well, Josh, for all your great work tonight, you may want some nightlife, because I know that you get plenty of sleep all the time and you'd be wide awake when this game's over. Well, if you want nightlife, you want to hang with Danbury's hottest crowd. If the answers to that are yes, go to Molly Darcy's on Mill Plain Road. And if not, stay home, watch us right here. Watch the replay tonight on YouTube, Josh.
Of course. I think I'd rather go to Molly Darcy's. The YouTube will always be there.
That is a very good point.
Up the far side, it's Ojic. Can't get out of the zone. In the corner, Lazaro up the glass and to center. Taken by Nolan in front of his own line. Petrantonio off to the right wing, and Doe carries into the Hat-Tricks end. Pass Lazaro into the corner, and Doe plays out in front to the slot off of Bersani's skate. Out in front, and the shot's wide of the net. Petrantonio takes it off the corner and plays to Carter at the point. Carter trying to walk by Ojic. It goes down low behind the net, and Lazaro there in the corner for the Hat-Tricks. Settles a puck on edge, and now slides across to Corey Anderson. He'll churn through center, off to the right wing, knifing into the zone, and Ojic beat him in. The Hat-Tricks go offsides, 4:13 into the second, up 1-0.
Yeah, late whistle there, but it was the right call. No question that the Hat-Tricks were offside. They've had trouble getting into the offensive zone so far in the first 4+ minutes of the second period. They started it on the penalty kill, and even though Columbus didn't score, they've carried the momentum forward and out shooting Danbury 4-0 so far in the second period.
It's Kuznetsov as the Hat-Tricks win the draw in the neutral zone, carrying into the offensive end, but Columbus takes the puck right back. Gesso almost forcing the turnover. It's turned all the way back down into the Hat-Trick zone. It will go down. Salvo thought it was going to be icing, but no call for the Hat-Tricks as Gesso carries out to center. On the left wing, he'll cut across the line and dangle into the middle. He'll carry out in front, trying to go with the backhand on one-handed attempt, and it goes wide of the net. Behind is Columbus taking over. Gesso crashes in, and it is Columbus who carries out. Vanelli on the far side to Grant Menace into the Hat-Tricks end. At the circle, feeding out in front, and now a penalty being called as the Hat-Tricks touch up. We'll step aside here with 14:59 to play in the second period. 1-0 Hat-Tricks on top.
For lifelong care and wellness, look no further than RVNA Health. Founded and focused on care. In 1914, our guiding principles have remained steadfast: a mission to serve, exceptional patient care, and a commitment to excellence in quality and service. That's RVNA Health. And that was an example of not a good penalty. Behind the play, as Columbus is taking the puck up the ice, Jesso swats at Vanelli and catches him right on the hand. Neither one is anywhere near the play, near where the puck is. However, the back official caught it. Jesso to the box. Power play Columbus, their third consecutive power play.
Columbus wins the draw, and it is turned back down low. 5:10 into the second. Columbus on a power play here. Vanelli on the left circle. So the shot tipped away, and the hat-tricks clear to the near boards. Ruiz able to scoop ahead, not out of his own first try, and Mealy smacks it down all the way the length. 30 seconds in to the penalty against Jesso for slashing. Columbus through center, left to right. White carries into the offensive end. Stops at the left circle, feeds back to the point. Vanelli takes a shot. It's tipped up and out of play by Corey Anderson. And that will be a face-off with 1:17 left on the kill for the Hat-Tricks. Just about 6 minutes in, and the Hat-Tricks up 1-0 in the second.
Good stick there by Anderson because, if that shot gets in on net, Columbus was set up nicely. They had Petro Antonio in front along with Hunter Bersani. So they had two guys and only one defenseman, and both setting up the screen on Peter DeSalvo. So good stick by Anderson, and that shot never gets through.
Gray trying to play down low. It's cleared by the Hat-Tricks off Gray's glove and taken down by MJ Graham at center. Columbus back in its own zone with Graham halfway through the River Dragons power play. Left to right, Graham serenaded by the fans here as Columbus moves through center. Grade off to the right side into the Hat-Tricks zone. Underwood on the circle, right side, loops down behind the net. Comes out the other wing as he's hit by Mealy, who stepped into Underwood, and Columbus still keeps the puck. To the right circle, Nolan working his way to the slot, rips a shot. It's blocked by Atwell. The puck bounces to Grade, who fires wide of the net. It bounces out to the far side. Graham with 30 seconds left on the power play. But Grant Menace all the way out in front, blocked by Atwell. Second try. Atwell gets hit up high. It looked like Grant Menace took a shot. Atwell may have been a follow-through that hit Atwell, but 17 seconds left on the kill for the Hat-Tricks. Atwell hunched over, grabbing at his face up high. 13-16 to go in the second. Hat-Tricks up 1-0.
Yeah, no penalty called. The referee blew the whistle because Atwell looked to be injured and in distress, and the official decided to blow the play dead there, but no penalty. Atwell's able to skate off to the bench. And shortly before that, what an old school classic hip check by Tom Mealy, huh?
Stepping right into Graham, or Underwood rather, and I just assumed there would be a penalty call, but it was a good hip check.
Oh yeah, it's a clean hit. The guys on the Columbus bench wanted a penalty call. As that goes over the glass, that's not a penalty, Yeah, that was just a classic hip check. And the thing is, you just don't see that hit very often anymore, even at the National Hockey League level. It used to be so common back in the day, the 40s, the 50s, 60s, maybe even the 70s. But it's not really a part of hockey too much anymore.
The guys move so fast now. It's hard to even execute that kind of hit.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Ruiz will step in to take the draw on his own end. Out of the box, Jesso. Hat-Tricks get the kill. Up the near boards, White pinching to keep it in, down low to Armstrong. Looking out in front to the slot, tipped away by the Hat-Tricks and out to center. White skates back for it, and the Hat-Tricks have to go back into their own zone. DeSalvo leaves it behind the net and knocks it up the near wall. Jesso trying to flee the zone early, but Columbus takes over. Anderson at the circle, drops for White at the point, fires with no traffic in front, and DeSalvo smothers it. 12.5 to play in the second. Hat-Tricks up 1-0. Going to be tough to beat DeSalvo without anybody in front on a shot from that far
absolutely.
Out.
And, again, I don't want to be the guy that, causes the jinx here. But Peter DeSalvo now is about 2.5 games into playing here at Danbury Arena. Hasn't allowed an even strength goal yet. He's only allowed 1 goal, and it was a power play goal by Josh Peter Antonio last night.
Atwell back on the ice, and suddenly it seems like the Hat-Tricks are involved in some of these more playoff-type games lately since DeSalvo has come along and shoring things up a lot in their own zone of late, the Hat-Tricks. They'll chip to center. If they can win a race, they might have an odd man rush. Ojic into the zone, knocks it by into the corner. Cosentino came out to play it by. Ojic has it in the corner, skating by one and twirling into the corner, playing down low for Anderson, looking out in front. It was intercepted by Doe. His outlet stopped by the Hat-Tricks. White Duck at the left circle, looks out into the slot. Anderson tips it wide into the corner. White chases after it, and the Dragons come away with it up the near wing. Ozelinch to Doe, and he'll kick into the Hat-Tricks end. In the corner, he'll play it back up high. Gesso working back to intercept. Feeding all the way off to the left side. Ojic into the zone, looking into the slot, and White Duck was crashing, but the pass couldn't get there. To the point, Johnny McDonald walking in, high slot, rips it. It's blocked, and the rebound, they score! Tobias Ojic for the Hat-Tricks makes it 2-0. 11:28 to go in the second period. And the embrace between the best buds, Ojic and White Duck, after that goal. The Hat-Tricks on top by 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Those two don't get to be on the ice together for too many goals. And let's check out the replay here. It's a little bit of a broken play. Johnny McDonald makes it happen with a good push forward from inside the blue line. The first shot seems to be blocked. And then it's Ojic in front that's able to put it in. His second goal in as many nights here against Columbus.
Crowd fired up as Brett Jackson races into the offensive zone. Daniluk, a shot from the point, blocked. And carried into the Hat-Tricks end. Left side, knocked through the goal mouth and all the way into the corner. Hat-Tricks in the corner. Now a penalty is being called, an interference call, spotted. It looks like Johnny McDonald, the guilty party here, and the Hat-Tricks right after scoring will go to the kill.
Officially at 8:32, Tobias Ojic, his 8th goal of the season, 2nd in as many nights. White Duck and Gesso are credited for the assist, so I guess they both got to stick to the puck during that scrum. But it's really Johnny McDonald that set that play in motion by bringing the puck in from the blue line and firing the puck towards the net that was blocked and then causing the scrum in front, leading to the scrum.
McDonald off for interference as the Hat-Tricks get the puck, and Ruiz cuts the center short-handed. It's knocked away by Columbus. Underwood into the Hat-Tricks end. The shot, blocker down, rebound, and it's just steered wide by Grant Menace. He'll try to chip it out in front, and it goes off the back of the net. Back to him. Far side in the corner. It's taken by Underwood. Back to the point, Grade. Grade all the way down low behind the net. Carter walks the line, plays off to the left side at the circle. Down low behind the Hat-Tricks net. Graham couldn't control. It's played all the way down. 1:12 to go in the penalty kill for the Hat-Tricks. Just about halfway through regulation. Danbury on top 2-0 here on Alumni Night in Danbury Arena. Up the left wing, White into the Hat-Tricks end, stops just inside the line, looking down low. Anderson intercepts but can't clear. Kept alive by Columbus in the Hat-Tricks end, and Doe coming away with the puck. Drops to Bersani across Vanelli with 45 to go on the power play for the Dragons. On the right point, Vanelli down low. It tips up and out of play and goes out for a whistle. 38 seconds left on the kill for the Hat-Tricks, just past the halfway point in regulation. 2-0 Hat-Tricks, and here you will hear from AJ Galante coming up right here on the Hat-Tricks YouTube.
Hey guys, this is AJ Galante, former president of the Danbury Trashers. I just want to say how excited I am to, alongside my father, be placed into the Ring of Honor here at the Danbury Arena. Such a surreal experience for me. I remember playing high school hockey here, being part of this Trasher legacy here. Such a great honor. None of this is possible without you Danbury hockey fans. Without you guys, all the memories we have in this building, all the memories with you guys. I don't care if you were a Trasher fan, a Whaler fan, a Titan fan, a Hat-Trick fan. You guys are part of this Danbury hockey legacy. Without you guys, this is not possible. Thank you so much for this tremendous honor, and I'm looking forward to continued success here in Danbury with our hockey community.
New Haven Nighthawk Brewing is brewed right here in Connecticut and featured at the Rabbit Hole. New Haven Nighthawk Brewing Company is the beverage of choice at the Danbury Arena. Grab a cold one and party like you are in the Elm City.
A.J. Galante getting a standing ovation. The fans in the arena just saw what you saw here on our broadcast, and everyone saluting A.J. Galante. A big shot from the point, stopped by DeSalvo, and the hat-trick steer to center. Galante family, such a huge part of what we have here today with the hat-tricks, and just so great to honor them and the other inductees here tonight for Alumni Night. Doe carries through center into the hat-trick's end, stopped by White Duck, and he'll turn it ahead to Ojic. Ojic trying to race forward into the Columbus end. He's slowed down and dumps in. Ojic goes off for a change, and the Dragons take over behind their own net. Hat-tricks back to even strength as McDonald exits the box. Vanelli up the left wing into the hat-trick's end, looking all the way across. Petrantonio was at the back door, but he just passes down low instead. Gesso looking to barrel to center, and he does get through, and no penalty called. The hat-tricks wanted an interference penalty, but the hat-tricks carry into the zone. It's Kuznetsov, the shot. It's tipped up and out of play. 8:43 left in the second, 2-0. Hat-tricks, and Gesso making a play in his own end there. Hat-tricks looking for a call.
Yeah, I thought it could have been a call against Petrantonio. Nothing is called, but to Danbury's credit, they kept going with the play, and it looked like they were going to have a scoring chance, but Kuznetsov's shot goes off a stick and high up into the netting. So the face-off to the right of Cosentino.
Win the offensive draw, and it is steered wide by Kuznetsov, bounces right back out in front of Cosentino, and Gesso skating awfully close to Cosentino on his way around there with 8:37 to go.
And he and Nolan are having some words right now. How about the Danbury hat-trick penalty kill? 8 for 9 yesterday, 4 for 4 so far today against a very good Columbus power play.
Left to right, Columbus into the hat-trick's end, but it's chipped out and played into the hat-trick's end. River Dragons end. The Columbus will carry out to center. Armstrong left to right, takes a hit from Jackson, and Riley comes into the zone. It was offside at the line. 8:10 to go in the second, 2-0 hat-tricks.
And we get a scoring change, and I talked about how Johnny McDonald really was the driving force on that goal. He is now credited with the secondary assist, so Gesso has the assist taken away. Johnny McDonald, the guy who made the play, is credited with the secondary assist. Kodiak White Duck also picking up an assist on Ojic's 8th of the season. And boy, Ojic has had himself a pretty nice rookie season. 8 goals in 17 games.
Behind the hat-trick's net, it is McDonald who chips up and out of the zone. Ojic, 21 points as well so far.
Yeah.
As Levesque carries into the zone. The shot tipped off a skate up and wide, and then rebound try from Levesque, tips up and out behind the net. 7:50 left in the second, 2-0 hat-tricks. Ojic really been a strong rookie campaign for him.
Yeah, for this league, he's a young kid. He just turned 21 during the season, and he's been battling through, some injuries this season. He's missed games, but he keeps coming back. I mean, he is a gritty kid, tough kid to play through injuries and not only play but perform so well.
Hat-tricks with an odd man rush. Levesque looking at the circle, looking for Tom Mealy, and it was tipped away as Columbus carries out to center. Grant Menace into the offensive zone to Underwood. Blast one just wide of the net, and it comes out to center where Carter will take over. Carter into the hat-trick's end. Up the left wing, turning back in the corner, fed down low behind the net. Grant Menace behind for Graham, looking to get out in front, sealed off by Daniluk. Ruiz comes in to try and win a battle. He does win it up the boards to Ojic. Ojic will turn around and fire up to McDonald, and the Hat-Tricks will look to outlet here. Anderson swatting into the offensive end, sticked aside by Cosentino, and Vanelli will start up for Columbus, left to right. Turn back at the circle, and the Dragons exit to center. Carter off to the wing. It's Vanelli into the Hat-Tricks end. Petrantonio chases in the corner with Atwell. Atwell wins the puck forward, up the boards. It's taken by Columbus right off the wall. Petrantonio walks in and fires a shot off the body and wide. Bersani plays back down low in the far side. Doe behind the Hat-Tricks net, out in front. Bersani walks by. DeSalvo one save, and he sprawls out with the left arm to make the second. Battling away at the side of the net. It's covered up, and now Mayhem next to DeSalvo as he's down and covering up the puck. Chaos next to the Hat-Tricks net, but they still keep their 2-0 lead here late in the second.
I got to tell you, Peter DeSalvo does whatever it takes to make the save, right? He is a battler in that net, and, you know, he has added such a presence, kind of a swagger, you know, to the Hat-Tricks since he arrived from Quad City after being released by Quad City. And, you know, he's a guy with a lot of experience, and he comes here, he's a 31-year-old veteran. He's played a ton in this SPHL, played some in the ECHL. So, you know, he's a real veteran leader out there between the pipes, and he battles, he fights through screens, he fights for loose pucks. You know, he goes out, he makes plays by himself, you know, outletting the puck, plays the puck a lot more than most goalies do. He's a fun watch and a key addition to Danbury.
So savvy, too, just taking an extra moment for himself here and getting the Hat-Tricks back, regrouping in their own zone.
Regrouping's the right word. Yep.
Yes, they are able to win the draw. Cleared and tipped into the offensive end. Under 6 to play in the second, up 2-0. Danbury trying to go to work on the forecheck here. Jesso does force the turnover. Ahead to Jackson in the slot. Down low, he has Kuznetsov, who had it back over his stick and into the corner. Near side, Armstrong working ahead to Riley and through center. He'll chip it into the Hat-Tricks end. Off the corner boards, DeSalvo banks it right back up the near wall. Jackson upended, sandwich between two Dragons, and gets the puck free for the Hat-Tricks. Tipped in by Danbury, and Cosentino will leave the net to put it behind for Ozelinch. He will skate up on the right side. Underwood through center to Grant Menace under his stick, and Brown will play it back forward. Looking for Ruiz, but couldn't find him. Graham into the Hat-Tricks end. 5 minutes to play in the second. Atwell steps into Graham, but it does go deep into the Hat-Tricks end. On edge into the far corner where Grant Menace takes it off the boards. Ruiz able to work it forward, and the Hat-Tricks carry out. Tom Mealy gains the red line, dumps in to the far corner. Levesque chasing after it there. It's dropped back to the point, and Columbus chips it out of the zone. White to Grant Menace up the right wing off his stick, and the Hat-Tricks play back into the neutral zone. Graham right back on it for Columbus. Shovels into the Hat-Tricks end. 4.5 to play in the second. DeSalvo out of the net. Plays it behind, and Atwell will take over in the corner. Looking to skate by Petrantonio. He does work it free to Ruiz, who backhands it ahead to Levesque. He'll dump in, and the Hat-Tricks will change. Puck takes a carom out in front, but no Hat-Tricks in the area. Carter will corral it for Columbus. Turning himself and spinning a wheel as he plays it up to the far side. Bersani able to get the puck and go cross ice. Glove down by White Duck, but it goes right to the stick of Carter. Into the slot, the shot stopped by DeSalvo, kicked out, and at the point, Bersani will take back over. Final 4 minutes here in the second, 2-0. Hat-Tricks on top. The shot from Bersani rips high and wide and carries out to the point. Gallagher finds it down low, out into the neutral zone, tipped by Ojic into the offensive end. Lazaro grabs it at center and filters into the offensive zone and go off for a change. Up the far boards in the Columbus end. Left wing, out to center, Doe to Bersani. At the red line, across to Petrantonio into the Hat-Trick zone. The right circle, shot closed off by McDonald, and we'll step aside here. Late in the second, Hat-Tricks on top, 2-0. Here is Jimmy Galante giving a few words on his induction into the Ring of Honor.
Hello everybody. I want to take this opportunity to thank all the fans in Danbury that helped make the Trashers successful. It was a wild ride. I want to thank the Diamond Brothers and their organization for all the generosity and all the support that they've given us. They have a great team, and I hope you all come out and support them. And again, this is a very humbling experience for me. And thank you very, very much for your support. And let's keep hockey alive in Danbury.
Stony Hill Dental Care has served as the leader and preferred provider of dental care in Bethel, Connecticut. Go see Dr. K. He'll make you look like $1,000,000 and feel like it too. The official team dentist of your Danbury Hat-Tricks, and the fans getting to see what we just showed here on the YouTube broadcast. Jimmy Galante speaking to the crowd and speaking from the heart, as we touched on earlier, about the big Ring of Honor ceremony tonight. It's been such a fun night. You know, so much goes into a night like this, and you hope it goes well, right? And everything really has, and it's been such a great vibe. Now Danbury just needs to bring home the W, and they lead it 2-0.
Late in the second, this is exactly where we stood last night. Late in the second, 2-0 Hat-Tricks, 3 minutes left. The Hat-Tricks scored twice in the final minute of the period to go ahead 4-0. The puck is stopped on the net behind the Hat-Tricks cage, and they'll play it up. It bounces off the boards to the slot. Riley on the circle, the shot blocked away. Side of the net, it bounces and flubbed out in front. DeSalvo able to glove it out of the air, and now some pushing and shoving. 2:41 left in the second, 2-0. And Gesso involved in some extracurriculars with Armstrong. Gesso.
Yeah, there they go.
Armstrong and Gesso. Gesso laying a couple rights and getting his right arm free again. And an uppercut. And now they're kind of tussled up and hugging behind the net, trying to get a grasp, and Gesso wrestles down Armstrong. A late developing fight, but Gesso giving a celebration there, winning the Aaron Rodgers belt.
Yeah, he did the belt, heading to the penalty box. So really how this all starts is, the save is made by DeSalvo, and the whistle's blown, and then Levi Armstrong whacks his stick at what he thinks is still a loose puck. And perhaps DeSalvo was still juggling it a little bit, but the whistle had blown already. And Armstrong whacks at the goaltender. So McDonald goes after Armstrong. Nothing really happens there. But then Gesso gets involved in that. That's where the fight ended up taking place. And, I think it's just going to be 5-5. But the officials are conferring right here to see if maybe Armstrong gets an extra 2. I don't think that's going to be the case. But they are talking it over right now. That's a long discussion. So we'll just have to wait and see, how they get doled out. Gesso's already headed with 2:41 to go in the period. He's headed to the dressing room. Armstrong is headed to the Columbus room as well.
It looked to me like the linesman just pointed over to the Columbus zone as he skated away from that conference. They're still talking, the referees and the captains. And I don't know if... I think that this might be a Hat-Tricks power play here.
So Ruiz, it looked like he put up 5 and 4.
5 on 4. I think.
Right?
The Hat-Tricks, I think, are getting a power play. There's a minor up in addition to the fight on Armstrong.
So I might have been right, that the original was going to go to Armstrong. That was clearly after the whistle that he was taking a swipe at DeSalvo, or at the puck, but hitting DeSalvo instead.
I don't know if you just caught that, but Johnny Ruiz laying signals out.
Yeah.
Somewhat interesting, the signals he's putting back, but the Hat-Tricks on the power play here. Down into the corner, it's Levesque behind. Up 2-0 late in the second. Hat-Tricks take the puck back. Tom Mealy behind the net. 15 seconds into a power play. Speeds all the way back up to the top of the zone. Now we'll turn around at the far circle. Looks up high for Gallagher. Gallagher fakes the pass to Lazaro. Now will shoot. It's off the post and bounces back just wide. Turned down in front by Levesque, and it's all the way back to the point. Tom Mealy has it there on the left side, all the way across, looking for Gallagher, and now it's numbers for Columbus, short-handed. Graham across the Hat-Tricks line. Gallagher able to race back and knock the puck away. Hat-Tricks back the other way, right to left. Ruiz into the zone, drops for Tom Mealy, sealed off at the circle, and it's cleared out to center. Brown and Atwell back for the Hat-Tricks. Brown will play it ahead as Ojic now skates into the offensive zone halfway through the power play. Lost control. It's cleared all the way down.
So indeed, Armstrong 2 for slashing, 5 for fighting. Gesso 5 for fighting at 17-19. Danbury to their second power play.
90 seconds left in the second period. 45 on a Hat-Tricks power play. Atwell through center, gets stopped and pokes down into the Hat-Trick zone. Kuznetsov skating up the right side. Winding his way into the offensive zone to the corner, cutting out in front to the backhand. It's poked away by Cosentino. It's Brown at the point. Skating to the boards, plays down low along for Corey Anderson. Last minute in the second, 15 on the power play. Brown at the point, across Atwell on the left side, feeds to Kuznetsov. Walking in, looking at the slot, and it was tipped out to center. .40 seconds left in the period. Columbus gets their man out of the box. It's played all the way down in on to Salvo. He'll leave it and play it up the right side. He had McDonald next to him, but played it up, passed out of his reach. It's right back to the Hat-Trick zone. Levesque dropping back for Daniluk. Up the left side, Tom Mealy will feed across for Levesque. It's behind him off the boards. 10 seconds left in the period. Carter back skating into his own territory behind the net. Stopped by Mealy, but still controls. Carter up through center with 4 seconds left as Riley skates into the Hat-Trick zone. Sealed off the puck, and the horn sounds to end period number 2. It's 2-0 Hat-Tricks after 40 minutes, and a goal in each period for Danbury. Really just so evident the improvement in their own zone in the last couple nights here, and since Pete DeSalvo and Brian Wilson came back to join the team, it's really been a great performance in their own end, and that's exactly what Dave McIsaac has been looking for all season.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave and I were talking the other day, and he said, you know, having DeSalvo and Wilson now as their full-time goalies, and it looks like, you know, you hope that they're going to be staying here now for the rest of the season, but having those two guys there, he says, really gives this team a chance to win every single night. So not only the nights when you have your full contingent of players like they do at Danbury Arena tonight, and guys have come back from injuries and you have a full lineup, but when you go on the road and you don't always have your full contingent, you know, your full roster, going on the road. And he said, that's really where the effect of having a Pete DeSalvo is going to be, where you can steal points in games that maybe, you know, your lineup is not equal to the other team, you know, on the road. But having that presence, that Pete DeSalvo and a Brian Wilson on the road is really going to make a big difference for this team. But it's also making a big difference here at Danbury Arena, because this team's good at home. With DeSalvo in the net here at home, they are really, really tough to beat.
And again, the Hat-Tricks only 2 home losses this year, both to Watertown, and they have a 2-0 lead heading into the final period here, looking for the first 2 of 3 against Columbus. We'll step aside here. The third period coming up after this. It is 2-0 Hat-Tricks after 40 minutes. 20 minutes left for the Hat-Tricks to try and hold on to a 2-0 lead here against the Columbus River Dragons. Josh Starr with Jim Cerny, and it's been a strong first 40 minutes for the Hat-Tricks, and we talked about it at the end of the second, but it all starts in net with Pete DeSalvo, 25 for 25 in saves tonight.
Yeah, I'm a big believer that if your goalie's playing well, man, that confidence just runs through the entire team. The defense, the forwards, runs through your entire bench. When your goalie plays with confidence and makes one big save after another and makes the routine saves and plays with a little swag himself, as I said before, and certainly the veteran Peter DeSalvo does exactly that for the Danbury Hat-Tricks.
He'll look on as the Hat-Tricks start things off here in the third period. Ruiz and Underwood to take the draw. The Hat-Tricks up 2-0. Columbus wins it to get things going. Carter will take the puck from his own blue line, backhand shovel into the Hat-Tricks end. A bouncing puck into the corner, stopped by DeSalvo behind the net, and the Hat-Tricks will turn up. It is chipped into the offensive zone. Chasing after it is Vanelli. Behind his own net for Columbus, starting right back up the left wing. Stopped by Ruiz. Levesque looking to settle a puck out of the air, unable to, and Underwood will tip into the Hat-Tricks end. DeSalvo behind the net, chips it up the glass. This time it deflects off the glass and out of play. Almost the same exact thing as his delay of game earlier, but this time it tips out 34 seconds into the third.
We mentioned Levesque there. Levesque with the goal tonight. He had 2 assists last night. And, boy, there's an extra added dimension. We talk about when DeSalvo is playing goalie here, but when you add Nick Levesque to your lineup, too, boy, it's an entirely different dimension. Another veteran guy that does so many things so well, not the least of which is put the puck in the net.
Levesque supposedly traveling with the team to Columbus in a couple weeks, so he'll be with the team for a little bit here as the Hat-Tricks go in on offense in the offensive zone. It is Ojic turning one off of Cosentino and wide behind the net. Anderson trying to work behind as Petrantonio chips out to center. DeSalvo out of the net a minute into the third. Hat-Tricks up 2-0. Looking for their second win in 2 against Columbus here. They'll finish off the series. The Hat-Tricks and the River Dragons here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Columbus through center. Reaching for it as Anderson couldn't corral it. It's into the corner of the Hat-Tricks end. Lazaro pins against there. Schmidt works it free and back to the point. It is taken out. Grade can't keep it in. And he's upset about it. It was clearly out to me up here 90 seconds into the third. Hat-Tricks up 2.
Yeah, I'm right along the blue line. That puck was out. There was no question that there was white, between the blue line and the puck where he played it. And you mentioned tomorrow night, 7 o'clock start between the Hat-Tricks and the River Dragons here at Danbury Arena. Get your tickets at danburyhattricks.com. And the teams will meet beginning March 4th, 5th, and 6th down in Columbus for a 3-game series.
Atmosphere great tonight. It will be in Columbus as well as they pack their building. It's a larger building here than here in Danbury, and they have a crowd down there that'll give the Hat-Tricks some trouble, just as Section 102 is giving Columbus trouble here this weekend. Hat-Tricks through center, up the left wing. It's chipped ahead by Columbus and into the Hat-Tricks end. Carrying in is Graham to the right circle. His shot tipped in, and it's steered aside by DeSalvo. Ruiz banks to center, swatted in by Kuznetsov, and Ruiz will chase after Carter, who leaves it in the corner for Vanelli, and he will outlet ahead. Graham, legs moving into the Hat-Tricks end, feeds to the slot. It is stopped by Grant Menace, but Atwell able to work it forward. 2-on-1 for the Hat-Tricks. It's Tom Mealy on the left side, has Levesque cutting in, and the pass is blocked by Columbus, and Underwood will outlet. Grant Mentis into the Hat-Tricks end, dances by one into the slot, rips it, and it's tipped up and out of play. And the Hat-Tricks take the draw in their own zone here, just about 3 minutes into the third.
All right, thought Marquise Grant Mentis had a very quiet night last night. He had a 7-game point streak entering play last night, and really you hardly noticed him last night. He has been much more noticeable, much more on the puck, much more of a driver offensively for Columbus this evening, though he's obviously not had a point to this point because his team's being shut out. But he's played a much, much better game, I think, than last night.
Took a stick up high last night as well.
Yeah.
He was cut a little bit, missed some time. in that game. Here's Ojic speeding into the zone, and Cosentino out of the net to play it as it was cleared ahead by the Hat-Tricks down. Right back into the offensive end. Cosentino leaves it behind. Ojic able to win the puck back. Looking out in front, it's the pass blocked by Petrantonio, and he'll speed to center. Right to left across the Hat-Tricks line, swinging wide, and will stop at the hash marks. Dumping it in behind. Doe out in front. It pops in the air as DeSalvo tipped it, and now he's taken down in front. DeSalvo covers up as White Duck wrapped up Bersani in front of the net, and it might have been a good penalty to take here for the Hat-Tricks. 3.5 into the third. 2-0 Danbury, but back to the Cybers penalty kill.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I was thinking the same exact thing before you said it. This is the fifth power play for Columbus tonight, but that penalty was probably a good one to take because Bersani was left all alone right above the blue paint, and the puck's coming to him, and it's going to be one-on-one against DeSalvo, and then White Duck just tackled him down to the ice. So, yeah, that's probably a good penalty to take there.
There was some room inside the post as DeSalvo was down and couldn't get that right leg across. So, good penalty, at least from our point of view, for the Hat-Tricks to take, and White Duck will sit for 2. 16.5 to go in regulation. 2-0 Hat-Tricks. Ruiz in the near circle in his own zone to our left against Graham taking the face-off.
And I think they're going to put time back on the clock, or do they want the music stopped? Not sure here. The official was over by the penalty box.
I think they wanted to put the 2 seconds back on the penalty clock here.
And they did. Hat-Tricks penalty kill brought to you by Cyberus. Cyberus is a worldwide gaming clan here to bring you a world of entertainment and gaming. Support them on Discord and Twitch TV.
Hat-Tricks win the draw to start off the Cyberus penalty kill. Tom Mealy will blast all the way down. Rimming around the Columbus end. Ruiz trying to get a chance there on the penalty kill, but unable to take the puck. And Graham outlets, and Columbus is into the offensive zone. Mealy, just a menace back there on the back check, able to turn it right back down. 4 minutes into the third, cross-checking the penalty on White Duck. 30 seconds into the kill here for the Hat-Tricks. Up 2-0, and Columbus skates to center. Up the right wing, Graham into the zone, rifles one, and it's dropped in front by DeSalvo, but he'll cover up. 4:09 into the third, 1:23 left on a kill for the Hat-Tricks, still holding a 2-0 lead.
Head coach Jerome Bichard really can't complain that he hasn't had the opportunity. His team has not been given opportunities here on the road, when it comes to the penalty calls. 9 power plays last night, 5 already tonight. And they just have not been able to convert. They have not been able to find a way against DeSalvo and the penalty kill of the Hat-Tricks.
Doe on the far side, back to White at the point, blast, and he scores.
Until then.
It was a matter of time for Columbus on the power play. Like you said, 9 chances last night, only 1 goal. And in their 5th try tonight, the River Dragons convert. It's a 1-goal game here. 4:19 into the third period. Hat-Tricks lead cut in half. White with the blast from the point.
But again, we go back to the point of good penalty, bad penalty, and we're not on the coaching staff or on the bench. But from our vantage point up here, that was probably a penalty that White Duck had to take, or if not a penalty, he had to do something because Bersani was so wide open there. But it leads to the power play, and finally, it's Columbus cashing in, and now we have a 1-goal game in the third period.
And the reasoning on that is it's a goal either way if you give up the goal on the penalty kill. DeSalvo will cover up. 4.5 into the third. 2-1 Hat-Tricks now as Columbus capitalizes on the power play. And, maybe it was Bersani who wouldn't have finished the chance.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know.
Right.
So the Hat-Tricks now in their own end, only leading by a goal, with Gesso taking the draw against Anderson. Drop it again here.
Yeah, Kuznetsov sprinted into the circle a little too soon. A little premature there by Kuznetsov, so we'll do it again.
Gesso against Anderson, near circle. Hat-Trick zone. 4.5 into the third, and it's 1 forward by Anderson, kicked away by DeSalvo into the corner. In the near boards, Kuznetsov working it for the Hat Tricks, pinned up against the boards by 2 Dragons. And Hat Tricks find the puck and turn it up the far side, not out of the zone. Kept in, played off of Johnny McDonald. A blast, blocked by Daniluk, who knelt down to block it. And now Jackson blocks one. Kuznetsov has Jackson in on a breakaway. Into the slot, down low. He's hooked from behind, trying to trickle it in. And it's stopped by Cosentino, but it is a penalty. And this might be a penalty shot for Brett Jackson. We will see what the call is. 4:59 into this third period. 2-1. Hat Tricks on top.
Boy, that was a clear breakaway right there, and he was interfered with from behind. And then the puck ended up just kind of trickling on net. And Cosentino made the save, but indeed,
Jackson will get a penalty shot here. He has 7 goals this year. And he awaits the signal. He gets the whistle to go. Hat Tricks lead 2-1. Jackson in on a penalty shot. Swings wide to the right circle, down to the hash mark. Steeks to his forehand. Tries to outweight Cosentino and fires off the side of the net. Maybe just a little bit too patient there from Brett Jackson. Maybe just didn't have an angle to shoot. But the chance for the Hat Tricks on the penalty shot is no good, and it remains 2-1 here with 15:01 left in regulation.
Yeah, he was very, very patient, and you're right. It might have been a little too patient, but, Cosentino was down on his stomach, and Jackson just couldn't lift it over him, and then he hit the outside of the post with the shot. A good attempt by Jackson. Boy, that would have been a huge one for Danbury to get. Score remains 2-1. As the faceoff now is to the left of Cosentino.
Near circle for Jesso. Jackson and Kuznetsov, his line mates, will stay out with him as Columbus wins the draw. Past the 5-minute mark now into the third period. It's 2-1 Hat Tricks. The River Dragons play to center. Grant Mentis gains the red line and looks into the slot where the Hat Tricks take it over. Jesso looking to speed in and will turn back and feed across for Daniluk into the offensive zone. He'll chip in deep. Carter back in the corner. Crashed into by Kuznetsov, and Columbus will outlet. Ruiz looking to intercept that center. A bouncing puck taken by Underwood and backed into the Hat Tricks end. DeSalvo out of the net will play it ahead, and it's kicked ahead by Columbus into the zone, but Kuznetsov will take out. Turned over at center by the Hat Tricks. Right to left, Graham into the Hat Tricks end. Tipped up off the end glass by DeSalvo on the shot and into the far boards. Ruiz gets the puck off the wall, and Daniluk will bank it up the glass and into center where Kuznetsov swats out of the air. A baseball swing there. Somebody's got to play baseball this season. So
yeah, so
it's Kuznetsov.
So why not the guy that wasn't born in the United States? Exactly.
Exactly. The Hat Tricks looking to get into the offensive zone. Cannot stop that center. Bersani into the offensive end. It takes a carom off the corner. DeSalvo has to get back to the net. It's winged right through the slot and back to the point. Ozelinch taking a shot. It's gloved by Ruiz to the corner. Gallagher twirls and chips up and out of the zone. Puck on edge into the Columbus zone. 13:20 to go in the third. 2-1 Hat Tricks. It was 2-0 Columbus, inching back into the game on the power play just a couple minutes ago. Hat Tricks in their own end here. Ojic will look to outlet. Skating across in his own end, leaves for Atwell, who will chip high off the glass, and it banks out of play. We'll step aside here from Danbury. Come back, 13:01 to go in the third. Hat Tricks up by 1.
Fairfield County Bank is the official bank of your Danbury Hat Tricks. It's where the Hat Tricks bank and the tellers wear the Danbury Hat Tricks top hat. Fairfield County Bank is the hometown bank of the Danbury Hat-Tricks, and they're proud to support their hometown team.
Hometown team up by 1.
Yeah, hometown team does a lot of hometown winning, but they're in a tough one here. And, these two games have been really good, and they've really had playoff feel to it. These are two very, very good teams separated by about that much, just a tiny amount.
We've been treated to a few really good games of late in this building with Watertown coming in a couple games ago. The Hat-Tricks looking to come out perfect from those games. They beat Watertown last week and now looking to win the first 2 against Columbus out of 3. Anderson tips into the offensive zone, racing down low to the circle, will rip it off the side of the net and has his rebound right back in the corner. Looking to the point, swatted down by Columbus and all the way back into the hat-trick zone. DeSalvo chips ahead. Gesso couldn't glove it down, but Ojic able to get into the zone in the corner, trying to pin Vanelli up against the boards, but it is Columbus coming away with the puck. Vanelli has it in the corner and passes ahead. Grant Mentis through center, right to left across the Hat-Tricks line, backhand to the far side, kicked in front, Riley, and stopped by DeSalvo. The blast from Vanelli wide of the net, and Gesso will skate to center, looking to get some speed, will tip it by as he avoided a big check from Carter as Grant Mentis takes over in his own end. The outlet for Columbus, intercepted by Lazaro and pumped right back in to the River Dragons end. 8 minutes gone in the third, 2-1 Hat-Tricks. Forcing the turnover, Kuznetsov at the blue line, skates to the left circle, turns back up high, and will walk the line to the high slot, rips a shot off a body and wide. Jackson plays to the corner, Gesso there, has his stick lifted by Carter, and Carter will outlet. He's stripped by Jackson. Jackson looking across for Gesso. A penalty at center coming up as Kuznetsov is down in the neutral zone, and Columbus will touch up. I did not see what happened behind. It was way behind the play.
Way behind the play. All I saw at the corner of my eye was Kuznetsov flying down to the ice and then skittering across the ice on all fours, and he quickly got back to the bench. Lost his stick. I mean, he took a big hit, but I mean, that was so far away from where the puck was, so it had to be an obvious interference call, and boy, a big power play opportunity here for Danbury.
Ruiz will take the draw. 11:19 to go in the third. 2-1 Hat-Tricks, the Ferrer Electric power play for Danbury. Ruiz taking the draw, wins it forward to himself, cutting down low behind the net, scoops it back up high. Mealy able to work it to the point. Lazaro walks the line across Gallagher, trying to just play it into some space. It banks out to center, and Mealy will come back for it. Turning right back at center ice, chipping into the offensive end. It's cleared to center, gloved down by Gallagher. 20 seconds into the power play. Ruiz cutting by, swatting into the middle, gloves it back down, and it's cleared up into the hat-trick zone. DeSalvo behind will leave it off. 30 seconds into the power play for the Hat-Tricks. Under 11 to play in the third period. Danbury on top by 1. Lazaro churning through center, weaves his way into the Hat-Tricks offensive end, turns around the boards. Mealy able to kick it to himself off the wall. Gallagher at the right side will play to Mealy along the hash marks. Surveying will work his way down low. Tom Mealy back to the point now. Gallagher across Lazaro out of his reach, looking for Ruiz in the corner. He has Levesque instead behind the net. Mealy crashes in, lost his stick, still keeping the puck alive for the Hat-Tricks. A battle, and it comes to Levesque. He scores in front! Nick Levesque playing the puck out of Mealy's skates, and the backhand in front beats Cosentino. 3-1 Hat-Tricks. Halfway through the third, and the 2-goal lead is right back for Danbury.
Boy, what a heads-up play by Levesque, and what a quick release, too. I mean, he found that loose puck, and before you knew it, he had beaten Cosentino to the far side. Certainly caught Cosentino off guard, and we'll take a look at it here. What a huge goal by Nick Levesque. Second goal of the game, his 11th of the season.
What a play by Tom Mealy without a stick, too.
Yeah, that puck just squirted out in front, and Levesque was so quick on it and quick on the release as well.
just one move to his backhand and right into the net. The Hat-Tricks lead by 2 once again, past the halfway mark in the third. Mealy will get the only assist, and it's a well-deserved point for Tom Mealy, making that play happen without a stick, keeping it alive. 9.5 to go in the third. Hat-Tricks up 3-1. Underwood dropping to Grant Mentis. And the Hat-Tricks with numbers the other way. 4-on-2. Kuznetsov into the offensive end. To the slot. Looking on a forehand shot. It's blocked in front. Gesso looking to find a rebound. Has it in the corner. Gesso working his way back up high. Drops for White Duck, who feeds Gesso out in front. Gesso dangles by on the backhand, and he'll play it back out to Kuznetsov. Never got a shot off there, Gesso, as he was handcuffed. 9 minutes to go in regulation. Hat-Tricks up 3-1. Gesso has it right back at center, left to right into the offensive end. He'll play it around behind. Near boards, Kuznetsov crashing in, looking to work the puck to Jackson. He does. Jackson's pass back to the point, stopped by Columbus. A battle with 2 aside is won by the Dragons and played behind the net. Carrying out is Carter, right to left. Petrantonio chipping to the Hat-Tricks side of the ice, but blocked down by Lazaro. Columbus right back on it. Bersani into the zone, shovels far side. Flagged down by Lazaro. 2-on-2 here for the Hat-Tricks left to right. Across the line, Jackson trying to sneak by and does squirt his way into the corner, where it's played behind the net, and Columbus will recover it. Doe starting back the other way for Columbus. Right to left into the Hat-Trick zone is Carter. The shot from the boards on the far wing. Stopped by DeSalvo. Played up the near side. Hat-Tricks crashing in. Win the puck back to Tom Mealy, who shovels on his backhand all the way down. Icing called at the last second there, as we will step aside here with 7:52 to go in the third. Hat-Tricks on top 3-1.
Hey Danbury, it's Nick Niedert here. Just wanted to say thank you for the introduction of the first class of the Ring of Honor of Danbury Professional Hockey. Love to thank the Sorcher family, Bennett family, and the Diamond Group for keeping the tradition of pro hockey alive in Danbury. Love to thank my former teammates and my former coaches, Phil Esposito, David Lund, and Billy McCurry for all their support over the years. Love to thank my family away from home in Danbury. You guys made that place home for me for a decade, and there will always be a major part in my heart for you guys. I can't thank you enough, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without you. Love to thank my family at home back in Iowa for all their support for the years. And some of you might wonder why I'm wearing this hat today, but it's to show support for the Galante family. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be in the situation we are today with Danbury hockey, starting from the youth all the way up to the Hat-Tricks program. They were the founding fathers of hockey in Danbury, and I can't be any more honored to be introduced today with that family and Mac.
That was Nick Niedert, unable to be in attendance tonight, but so honored to be inducted into the Ring of Honor. And Jim, you spoke with Nick a couple days ago. He just was so grateful.
Yeah, it's very grateful. Super guy, was so involved in the community here in Danbury, and certainly very deserving of tonight's honor.
In the Hat-Tricks end, DeSalvo out of the net behind will stick it to the corner. In the corner, Daniluk barreling in, 7:40 to go. Levesque can't clear. Hat-Tricks up 3-1. Kept in by Ozelinch at the point, rimmed around all the way to the far boards. It's Anderson for Columbus, getting into the slot, falling down. Daniluk scooping up, but not out. McDonald now able to flee the zone. He has Tom Mealy up at the blue line, feeds Levesque, down low, will rip it, and it's gloved by Cosentino. 7:19 to go in the third, 3-1 Hat-Tricks.
Nick Levesque had not played for the Hat-Tricks since January 22nd, which was a 2-goal game at Binghamton. In 5 of his last 6 games, including tonight, he has recorded multiple points. He had 2 assists last night in his return to the lineup, and he's got 2 goals tonight. This guy has just been a point-producing machine whenever he's been in the lineup for Danbury.
Hat-tricks love having Levesque back in the lineup whenever they can, and he's always effective. Here's the Ojic on the forecheck. Can't force the turnover as it comes out to center. Hat-tricks turn right back in. Ojic barrels in. Grade will try to sidestep him. Does up the boards, but White Duck finds it. Plays behind the net. Ojic has it in the far corner. Pinned up against the dasher there. It's White Duck able to get the puck in the corner. Kicks it back to Ojic. Plays it off the wall. Anderson one-timer. It's blocked by Doe. Nolan up through center. Banks ahead, and it is played by DeSalvo. I think that might have been icing, but he came out of the net to play it in the corner. The Hat-tricks have it in their own end. Anderson working his way behind the net and has some room to try and get out. He does outlet to Atwell. Into the offensive zone. Jackson has it hop over his stick, and Columbus will outlet. 6:15 to go in the third. 3-1 Hat-tricks. Up the right side, it is taken by Graham. The shot off the salvo and into the corner. Atwell tips it forward into the half wall where Jackson battles for it, and it comes free. Grant Menace blasts, and what a glove save from Pete DeSalvo. That had eyes for the twine, and DeSalvo just ripped it out of the air. 6 minutes to go, and DeSalvo stones Grant Menace to keep it a 2-goal lead.
Highlight reel glove save right there by goaltender Peter DeSalvo. A little bit of a broken play as the puck skittered over into the left circle, and Grant Menace just one-timed it. He sent a bomb on net, and what a save by DeSalvo.
The Ameriprise save of the game from Pete DeSalvo as Columbus takes it back on the face-off to the point. Carter to Riley, kicks it by, and it is turned right back. He'll feed it down low behind the net. Lazaro there for the Hat-tricks, chipping up to center, and it's smothered there by Columbus. Right back toward the Hat-tricks zone. Tom Mealy intercepts at center. And the Hat-tricks will look to outlet. Mealy unable to get through center ice. Grant Menace right back into the Hat-tricks end. Swinging wide to the right, looking to the slot. Riley has it tipped away, and Mealy will scoop it out to center as he takes a big hit. And
an elbow from Bersani.
Stumbled down after that one, but will get back up and head over to the left wing where the puck bounces right to him. At the red line, he dumps in and will make his way off for a change. Ojic in on the forecheck, hopped over his stick, couldn't keep it alive, and the Hat-tricks have to come back to center. Columbus tips in high in the air. DeSalvo gloving it and throwing his hand around behind his back. That's dangerous, but the Hat-tricks will take the whistle. 4:48 to go in the third. 3-1 Hat-tricks.
You want the best, now you got it. Jersey Mike's is here, and be sure to stop by their locations at both Brookfield and Ridgefield. Jersey Mike's, wow, that's good. And, you know, it's interesting, you mentioned before how I spoke with Nick Niedert earlier in the week. I took a picture of the Ring of Honor banner that's now here in Danbury Arena. Of course, Nick's name is a part of it. And I sent it to him. He's coaching a game for Vermilion County tonight, and in intermission, he texted me back to say, thanks for the picture, really appreciate it. So I think that's kind of neat that, you know, part of Nick Niedert is here tonight, even though he's coaching in the Southern Pro League.
He's said it when you spoke to him, and part of his heart will always be in Danbury, and it was here tonight, even though he couldn't be here for the ceremony. Columbus into the Hat-tricks end, 4.5 to play. It is tipped by, and they score! White out in front, his second of the night. It's a one-goal game again. That puck just bouncing to White in the slot out of nowhere. He roofs it past DeSalvo, and it's a one-goal game, 4:27 to go.
Oh, Columbus not going quietly here tonight. 2 goals in the third period, and boy, does that make that Levesque goal obviously a huge one for Danbury, that power play goal by Levesque. But White, of all people, a team that has, so many high-scoring forwards on it, and here's White, the defenseman, with not just 1, but 2 big goals in the third period for the River Dragons.
The Hat-Tricks look to regroup here, still leading by 1 in the final 4:15 of regulation. Kuznetsov tips it in front, knocked away. Now the big blast, rebound out in front, and it's gloved by Cosentino. He made the stop on Jesso's shot. It hopped in the air, and before Jackson could find it, he gloved it.
So White scored their first goal. It was a power play goal, his 4th of the season, from Bersani and Petrantonio, and now he scores his 2nd of the night, 5th of the season at 15:36, a 1-goal game.
Columbus wins the face-off, clears to center, and the Hat-Tricks are back on D here. Riley, the wrist shot stopped by DeSalvo. That was a sneaky missile against, and now the Hat-Tricks looking to get in the offensive zone, odd man rush, but the puck was left in the neutral zone. 3:45 to go in the third. 3-2 Hat-Tricks. Looking to cling here to a 1-goal lead. Grade back in his own end, banks up the boards. Grant Menace tips high in the air into the Hat-Tricks end. In the corner, Lazaro swats it by, and Gallagher will play it up the boards. Nolan out in front, looking to get on the backhand, steered just wide by Graham, and he'll have the puck back in the corner. Nolan at the point, his shot is blocked by Tom Mealy. Graham has it back right circle. All the way around the boards, whips by, and chipped ahead by Gallagher, cleared by the Hat-Tricks to center ice. 3:10 to go in the third period. Hat-Tricks lead by 1. Nolan dropping back for Grade, and Columbus will move through center. Grant Menace in deep to the Hat-Tricks end, stopped by Lazaro, chipped ahead. White Duck at the red line, bats into the offensive end, in deep behind Cosentino. Carter retrieves it there for Columbus, and the Dragons will look to outlet. Up the near wing, Grant Mentis tips ahead for Graham into the Hat-Tricks end, stops just inside the line, crunched into the boards by Ojic, and the Hat-Tricks get the puck to center. Taken by Vanelli, 2.5 to play in the third. Chipped into the Hat-Trick zone, in behind. Brown looking for it behind the Hat-Trick's net, does work it free. It comes out to the point. Carter fakes the shot, now goes to Grant Menace, fans on the shot. The Hat-Tricks have numbers the other way. Atwell left to right, 4-on-2 for the Hat-Tricks, and he'll just chip in deep as Columbus caught up with Danbury behind. 2:15 to go in the third, 3-2 Hat-Tricks. Puck and a battle, mess of feet behind the Columbus net. It comes to the corner. White Duck there for the Hat-Tricks. Pinned right back up against the corner boards there, and now turned all the way to the near side. Columbus has it. Couple players tied up, still where that battle took place. Now White Duck able to get back as Columbus takes over. The final 2 minutes here in the third. Rimmed all the way around into the Hat-Trick zone behind. DeSalvo leaves for Gallagher, who hammers up the boards, kept in along the point by White. Hat-Trick's looking to turn it to center. It's in White's equipment, and nobody knows where the puck is.
And even in tense moment, final 2 minutes of the game, White had to laugh a little bit there. He's still laughing.
Well, you know what happened? It wasn't in his equipment. It was stuck on the ridge of the boards, and nobody knew where it went.
Now White was laughing there. White with 2 big goals here in the third period. That second one assisted by Petrantonio, his second assist of the night. And Doe with his first point of the night. Looks like Columbus calls a timeout with 1:36 to play. Talk it over. Also keep their top forwards out on the ice. Give them a little bit of a blow here. They're probably going to play the final 1:36 trying to get that tying goal.
And we'll see if Cosentino stays on the bench. I imagine he has to with the offensive zone
absolutely.
Draw.
Offensive zone face-off. Get the 6th man out there. Get bodies to the net. The key here is going to be the face-off. If you're Columbus, you want to control that puck in the offensive zone. And if you're Danbury, you want to collect it and get that thing out of your zone. Not even thinking about the empty net. Just clear your zone. Get that puck out. Win the faceoff. Get the puck out.
Section 102 blasting the horn so Columbus can't hear the instructions from
is just
Bichard
beautiful.
on the bench. Armstrong gave a couple stick taps back to the glass behind the bench. We'll do the face-off here. 1:36 left. Hat-Tricks in their own zone, up by 1. Anderson takes the draw, cannot win it. Fed down low, and the one-timer stopped by DeSalvo. A whistle quickly there. That puck was not covered up, and the Hat-Tricks benefactors of a quick whistle there. 1:30 left.
Yeah, I think Columbus is the benefactor because the puck caromed directly to Corey Anderson, and Corey was winding up, ready to shoot it down the ice. Or I shouldn't say down the ice, but at least to clear the zone.
Empty net for Columbus.
DeSalvo, the puck just hit him and bounced away. He never had control.
White with the blast from the point, high and wide. Columbus with the extra skater on, 90 seconds to go. 3-2 Hat-Tricks. Levesque trying to get the center, cannot. Underwood takes it off the blue line, fires wide. It bounces up to the far dasher. Mealy bats it all the way down and in. From his own zone, Tom Mealy ices it. 1:14 left. It's 4-2 Hat-Tricks, and the Hat-Tricks converge around Pete DeSalvo. He has made a couple big saves tonight as we look at the replay here. Mealy just from his own circles, playing it all the way down and in.
Man, that was dead central, too. Right down the middle by Tom Mealy. And I guarantee you, if we ask Tom about it, he's going to tell you, I knew it all the way. I planned it. I knew I could put it dead center. Meanwhile, he was just hacking the puck out of the zone. But it's a beauty, and it's an empty netter, and it's a 4-2 lead for Danbury.
You're telling me he doesn't practice that play? Here's Ruiz, the shot tipped up out of play. 1:06 left. 4-2 Hat-Tricks. Tom Mealy, after practice every day, stays late to work on that turn and no-look shot down the ice into the empty net.
Of course he does. And, hey, congratulations to his brother, Steve. The baby was born yesterday. Steve and his wife, congratulations to them. I know Tom went to visit Steve and his wife at the hospital last night after the game.
Mom and baby doing well as Cosentino exits again to go to the bench for an extra attacker. Final minute of play. Hat-Tricks up 4-2. Mealy again trying to go all the way down. It's stopped this time. White will take over in his own zone. 45 seconds left. Empty net for Columbus. Hat-Tricks up 2. Tipped into the Hat-Tricks end where DeSalvo leaves it in the corner for Atwell. Chipped up, glove down by Levesque and out to center. Vanelli through center, tipped by Graham into the Hat-Tricks zone. Cutting in is Anderson, offside. Go the Dragons at the Hat-Tricks line, 27 seconds left, and a 4-2 Hat-Tricks lead.
Now a little bend but don't break by the Danbury Hat-Tricks tonight. And it's interesting, they have not trailed for a single second of these two games against Columbus so far. 2-0 leads, 2 nights in a row. Tonight it got to 2-1 and it got to 3-2. But Danbury with that huge empty netter from Tom Mealy, his 9th of the season. Now a 2-goal lead again.
15 seconds left. Columbus through center, tipped in, and Gallagher will stop it at the line. Vanelli turns it right back in center. Anderson from center fires just wide of the empty net with 5 seconds left. The shot from Ojic tipped by. Vanelli will skate out and blast it down the ice, and that is going to draw a crowd for Vanelli. The Hat-Tricks get the win, 4-2. And this is going to set up for a physical series finale tomorrow between these two teams. Hat-Tricks win the first 2 of this series, 4-2 the score tonight, and Danbury able to win it.
And boy, Ojic and Gesso both getting involved with several Columbus players after that, and now Steve Brown shoved a couple of his teammates away, and now he's the one that's doing the conversation leading.
Vanelli, the game ended and he still took the shot.
Just wound up and hammered away. But bottom line is, it's a big win for the Danbury Hat-Tricks on a big night as we see Corey Henderson lift the Litchfield Distillery barrel and then spin it on the ice. I thought Corey Anderson was outstanding tonight. I thought he played with a lot of fire, a lot of passion, and just a great effort by him throughout. Created offensively, physical presence, had the fight early. I thought he was a real tone setter tonight for Danbury. But again, to me, the difference maker tonight is in goal, Peter DeSalvo. Another outstanding performance. 37 saves last night, 35 tonight in back-to-back wins.
Hat-tricks win it 4-2. DeSalvo just, again, like you mentioned, a huge difference maker for this team since he joined, and the Hat-tricks will continue to use the goaltending tandem of Wilson and DeSalvo, and it's got to be the best tandem in the league.
Yeah, you definitely have to think that, and DeSalvo's probably the best goalie in the league right now. Certainly the most experienced one, but probably the best one as well, as they take a team photo. You don't see that too often after a regular season game, but they take a team photo out on the ice because, of course, a very, very special night here, alumni night, and, of course, the Ring of Honor, the first Ring of Honor here at Danbury Arena. That includes the head coach of the Danbury Hat-tricks, Dave McIsaac. I have a feeling this is going to be a night that Dave's going to remember for quite some time.
What an amazing night here in this building tonight. The Ring of Honor getting started off with its 5 inaugural members: Matt Caranci, Nick Nieder, Dave McIsaac, AJ Galante, and Jimmy Galante. And all 5 of those just outstanding figures in the history of this building, history of hockey in this city. It was just so amazing to see 4 of those 5 here tonight to honor them, and the Hat-tricks honor them the best way they can by getting the win here tonight.
Which is exactly what Johnny Ruiz said. He said, we're going to go to work. We know about all the celebration that's going to take place. We've got a job to do, and they followed through on that tonight, and they win one for their coach, Dave McIsaac. They are now 18-2-0 on a home ice. They've won 8 straight at Danbury Arena, and they solidify their hold. That's the most important thing. Solidify their hold on second place ahead of the third place Columbus River Dragons.
Well, they'll wrap up the series tomorrow night. Hat-tricks look for the sweep and look to add another 3 points to the ledger. Hat-tricks take tonight's game 4-2. Thank you to everyone who came out tonight, everyone who has supported Danbury hockey over the years. It was an amazing night, and we will sign off here. For my partner, Jim Cerny, our producer, Jack Kinnis, my name is Josh Starr. Thanks for joining us here tonight.